you may be around the world. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to The Last Call. This is the last call. We are living in uncertainty time, and definitely we are in the book of Revelation. So this is the last call. If you don't answer the call right now, you will never get a chance to do so. So today's subject, I basically have a message, and I'm going to be talking about conception, life, the race of life, how you came to be, how you got here. That it is not a coincidence. It is not basically, we did not come here, we didn't get here by mistake. I do know that it was divine appointment to be born. It was all planned out. There's a purpose and a reason why you came here. You were born, you came into the physical realm to basically experience life, you have a mission. This is the reason why you were here. But how you got here is the most amazing and powerful reason. The struggle, the race, how you came to be. It's amazing. And you can also know this by the book of Ecclesiastes talk about that. Okay? The book of Ecclesiastes talk about that. The book of Jeremiah talks about that as well. I think the book of Jeremiah I cannot even say the word. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 talks about how God knew you before you were even conceived in your mother's womb. Okay? So before you even got here, he knew you. So if he knew you, that means you were a spirit. You were a spirit. So basically you are a spiritual being on a physical journey here. Okay? So he knew you before you were born in your mother's womb, before you were conceived, and he set you apart. He set you apart. He set you apart, and he appointed you to come here and to do certain things you had to get done. And the book of Ecclesiastes talk about how the race is not given to the swift. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11, not to the strong, but only those that last till the end. Okay? So conception is just amazing. When your mom and your dad got together, or man or woman got together, and they conceive a child, before the conception took place, because the man has his sperm that he releases into the woman has an egg, so the sperm and the egg get together, and that's how the child is conceived. That's how conception takes place. So when the man released the sperm inside the woman into her vagina wall, it takes about 2 weeks after lovemaking for the woman to conceive. Okay, so between that time, then when the sperm are released, it's like millions of sperms or release. But out of those millions of sperm, only one make it to the egg. Only one makes it. Only one. So between that first day and 2 weeks, those millions of eggs gotta find their way all the way up the canal, all the way there, you know, and they are met with obstacles. Okay, it's not easy for those sperm to swim up the wall to make the journey to meet the egg, and that's when life start to form. Okay, but the sperm itself is life itself, you know, and the egg is life itself. But the combination, that's what makes the child, the baby. So it's amazing that the journey of all these eggs, of all these sperms, they're traveling. Many of them die. Many of them doesn't make it from exhaustion. The weak sperm, does not continue the voyage, the journey. They cannot. They die along the way. That couple weeks of journey. Okay. So the one sperm that makes it to the egg, and that's when the baby is formed. Even though then there is no guarantee that the baby or that egg and that sperm is gonna make it to full term. Basically, be formed, grow, to come into this life itself. Because in the woman wall itself alone, they are like foreign things, that's how a lot of sperm dies, because the woman vagina wall has a certain cells or whatever that kills the sperms, because they recognize the sperm as being foreign, so a lot of them get killed that way. Okay, and so it's to show you, for those of you that has given up, that wants to give up, has lost hope. There are many people that made it. They end up growing inside their mother's room, and they were born and everything, and somewhere in their life, they give up. And you being born, the struggle did not begin then. If you're facing like struggles in life, if you're like 20, 30 or 40 or whatever age you are, you're struggling in life, don't think that the struggle had started when you were 30, 40, or whenever you think that you started to struggle in life. Know that you've been struggling. Okay? From the minute that sperm was battling, for that one sperm to make it to the finish line to meet that egg, that one sperm had to go through a lot of obstacles. That voyage was very difficult. The voyage was not easy at all for that sperm to meet the egg and to make you. Okay? So think about that. And then, because for those of you that have calling in your life, you came here to do something great, something very important. Maybe you're gonna be the next person you're gonna be like a senator. Maybe you're gonna be the next person that's gonna take care of the homeless animals, the homeless dogs. Maybe you are the next person that's gonna invent the vaccine. Whatever, a great calling upon your life. The enemy knows that. The dark forces know that. Okay? They didn't know that. They didn't know all these things. You see? So the same way God knew you before you were even formed in your mother's room, the same way the enemy knows you as well. The enemy knows you as well. But remember that the enemy has no power over you unless God grants it. Okay? Know this. So the struggle, whatever you're going through, the storms in your life, you've been going through that. You've been going through that. This is why the word God tells you that the race of life is not given to the swift or the strong, but only those that makes it to the end. You know? So if you came this far, if you battle to make it the egg, you were in your mother's room for 9 months. Okay? You were not, there was no abortion, you were not aborted, you were not there was no miscarriage. Okay? So all those innocent lives had to struggle. Those babies that are aborted, those that were miscarried and everything, those were basically odds against them, But you didn't have to go through none of that. You were born. Some of you were born into very difficult situation, very difficult family. Was not the greatest, especially those that have a high calling in your life. Your background were more difficult than others. Okay. Many of you have been through hell and back, but it's just that to know that if you came this far, why are you giving up now? If you came this far, why do you want to give up now? Why you want to throw in the towel now? Because this is the time right now to encourage yourself. Stay strong. It's not like you're not strong. You are already strong, but you still stay strong. And to battle those dark entities, those things that are trying to fight you. This is the time. So do not give up. Do not give up, because you can overcome all these things, because the main fight, the main battle, you won that. You won it. By being here, by being born, just coming out of your mother's stomach, you overcame the greatest obstacle, the greatest battle. You won that. Because if you made it then, if you made it this far, you came out, you were born, anything else in life should be a piece of cake. There's a song that says, that sing about New York, like, about New York, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Well, if you made it out of your mother's room, which was one of the greatest, battles, then any other obstacles in life are really nothing. All those things that continue to come against you are nothing. You can overcome them. And then if you just understand that and know this, those life lessons that are very strong that come against you. By the way, when you go through life and you go through certain things, you go through things and things come against you, those harsh lessons, those hard lessons, they are here to make you stronger. Anything you go through in life, negative or positive, you need to learn from those lessons. Because remember, those lessons are not here to kill you, but instead they're here to make you stronger. Okay? If you can learn from these lessons, you will grow. You will grow into a more powerful person, okay? You'll gain more knowledge and insight, okay, into the spiritual world and God and who truly God is, okay? You will discover the spirit of the Christ, the spirit of the living Christ, okay? And remember that when the Messiah, Master Yeshua walked the earth, the spirit of the Christ was living within him. He had the Christ within him, okay? Because Christ was not the last name of Yeshua, who we call Jesus, because the spirit that dwells within him was the spirit of the Christ, was the Christ. So if you can overcome all these things, okay, you will have a greater understanding of who Christ is. And I'm talking about the spirit of the living God, the Christ. And through that spirit will teach you all things, will teach you great things, okay? It will make you an overcomer. The spirit of the Christ. So, the same way when the Master, when Yeshua walked the earth, even before he was even conceived, even before Jesus was born, there were obstacles against his life, against him. And I'll do another study about that another day. But for those of you that are aware of the life of Christ and before he was born and how he was born, you know that he had many obstacles against him before he was born, even before he was conceived, after he was born. But he was one of those people that lasted to the end. And he was rewarded. So the purpose of life is the race of life. The race of life is not really about winning and winning, getting a trophy here. Okay, but your reward will be in the afterlife, because you came here to grow, to learn spiritually, learn things. Those things you're gonna take with you. Most of all, the thing you've learned is here, the race of life is about love. I'm talking about the love of God, the love, the supreme God, the universe, That's what I'm talking about. If you can overcome those things and gain that insight of love and things like that, then, your work has been done. Your work has been done. So, that's the message I really wanted to share tonight. And about, because a lot of people don't know or don't even think about this. But as the Holy Spirit, talked with me the other day and told me and started showing me, how we were conceived, before we were conceived, the struggle. The struggle. And that really gave me a lot of strength to know that, wow, so this is nothing. All those things, people go through in life is nothing compared to what you went through and how you got here. Basically, the price you had to pay to get here. So you mean to tell me that after all you've gone through, all the bad things you've gone through, you're gonna give up now. You're gonna end up giving up now. It should not be so. It should not be so. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. And I'm gonna be posting my website down below in the description box. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, this evening, and remember to subscribe, like the video, and I'll be looking for you guys in the next video I'll be posting real soon. And remember, you can support my channel, the ministry, by donating, okay? And yeah, and that's what I wanted to say. And we also have a support group of prayer line that you can join us if you like. And I want to thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and I'll be talking to you soon. Oh yeah, by the name, my name is Kingdom. Thank you so much.